Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, MJ Scale Modeling. I'm Mike. Just wanted to let everyone know if you guys are liking what you're seeing so far, please like, subscribe, and comment below. So we're gonna get right into it today. We got our second box of our deep water pour. Everything that comes inside the box is, you get your instructions, which are pretty helpful. Make sure you read these. 2 cups, you get your little stick-on measuring labels, and it actually says in the instructions on the proper way to put them onto the cup, so you know you're getting accurate measurements. 2 sets of gloves. You get two of these stir sticks. You have your water, and then you have your activator, as well as this big plastic bag. Now this big plastic bag, what you have to do before you use it is you need to take both of the, you have to take the water and the activator and put them in this bag like that. And then you gotta take them and you gotta get some water. You gotta make it warm, not hot. They said if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to use. You gotta let those soak in there for about 15 or so minutes until they're warm. And then when you get done, after about that 15 minutes, you just take them out. You just kind of gotta rock them back and forth. Just kind of rock them back and forth and make sure that they're evenly warmed all the way through. Then you have to use them right away. You can't wait. You have to use them right away. You're gonna pour them into your cup, and then you have to take your stir stick, and you gotta stir for 10 minutes straight. It's a continuous straight. They said make sure you scrape the sides, scrape the bottoms, yada yada yada. And then you'll be able to pour you'll be able to pour it into your diorama, whatever amount you want to use. Speaking of amounts, inside the manual, they do have the mixing chart in there. So if you want to make a certain amount, less than a full bottle. For mine, my first pour is gonna be just a full bottle, but afterwards I'm gonna do about only 180 milliliters. So I'm gonna need about 120 water base and 60 activator. So they give you all the tables to know what you need to do that. So we got all that. So let's go and get that mixed up, and we'll pour it into the diorama and see how it turns out. Okay, let's do it. Next here, we're using our Water Waves by Woodland Scenics. This stuff is pretty cool. It goes on very easily, and what we're doing here is we're just trying to make this flat surface under the bridge look a little more choppy, the way rapids under a bridge would normally look. And when you're putting this stuff on, you kind of want to think which way the water's gonna be flowing. You know, if it's, you kind of want to imagine what speed you want it to be flowing. Is it shooting over rocks? Is it just flowing over rocks? So that's kind of what I did here, trying to just make it look as realistic as I could. This stuff is pretty neat. It works pretty good. It goes on pretty easily, and it dries really well. And you can actually make pretty tall waves with this, according to the instructions and everything I read. So it seems like it's pretty good stuff so far for what I've needed it for. Okay, so we have our water poured over here, and we have our rapids in. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna make some ice flow for it, because we have, you know, it's winter time. We got the rapids. I'm gonna show how I make ice flow. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of different better ways, but this is how I kind of do it. So we will go ahead and show you how to do that. It's pretty simple. Things you're gonna need is get one of these little candles, these little white candles that you put in your pumpkins during Halloween. You need a little bit of like a spoon, like a plastic spoon, metal spoon, whatever you have. Lighter, naturally, and a sheet of tin foil. You need a sheet of tin foil. This works pretty good. The only thing I gotta say is if you when you do make this stuff, I mean, that's what it kind of looks like when you're done. Don't drive around with this in your car, because if you get pulled over, Officer Snuffy and Rin Tin Tin will be going through your crap. So just be warned. I haven't had it happen, but I'm sure it will. So okay, let's go ahead and make some ice flow. First, you're going to fold the tinfoil over a couple times and make a nice little small square. Then after you have your double folded over square, you're going to want to crumple it up a little bit. If you just pour the wax onto the flat tinfoil, it's not gonna look quite right. It kind of gives it a little bit more of a texture and a little bit more shape, as if it was ice floating down a river if you have the tinfoil crumpled up. And you will burn through these candles pretty quickly once you start dumping the wax out. The wick will burn right down to the bottom, so you can remove the wax and stuff, and you can really use any candle you want as long as it's a white, unscented candle. So you can always scoop it out and melt it down whatever way you see fit. And then as we dump the wax on, we're going to want to take that little spoon and kind of smush it around and spread it. You can go over the surface a couple times if you want a little bit thicker ice flow. If you didn't smooth it with the spoon, it would just look like, well, drops of wax, round drops of wax. So this kind of, again, makes it look shardy, kind of broken, shattered, like ice breaking up anywhere down the river would look. And sorry for my big Finlander hand in the way here. I'm pretty new to YouTube, so I kind of just turn on my camera and let it record while I work and try not to think about the fact that I'm being recorded. So I'll try not to block the camera with my big hands next time. And once the wax is done drying, you can slowly crinkle it, and the wax will start to break off in a random pattern of different sizes and shapes of shards of quote-unquote ice. If you want bigger ice flow, that you want like a big area, you can always make the wax a little thicker as you pour it on, and then once it dries, you can use a pair of tweezers or needle-nose pliers or something to slowly raise it off the tinfoil, extract it, and put it into your diorama. So really, you can do anything you want, however you want it. It's really, the limit's just your imagination, however you want to do it. It seems like it works pretty good to me, though. Well, everyone, thanks for sticking around to the end. Next time, we're going to be working on getting the ice into our diorama and work on some of the troops I have here that I started them before I actually started the channel. So they're almost done, but they're going to need a little bit more work. And then also we're going to start working on our T-34 here, weathering it and getting it ready to go into the diorama as well. So stay tuned for that next time, and I will see you guys on the next episode, hopefully. Okay, thanks for stopping by again. See ya.